The United States Grand Prix has just wrapped up. With so many black and white flags, Captain Jack Sparrow would be proud, and not a girlfriend in sight. So, let's wrap up Austin in your United States Grand Prix. Too long, didn't race. Leclerc deciding to start on softs was the absolute perfect strategy. The race start saw Russell drop to 6th, Leclerc jump to 2nd, Hamilton to 4th, Piastri to 5th, and turn 1 saw the end of Max Verstappen's race. Not because he crashed, because he literally didn't have to race another car, because he was so far ahead. Carlos Sainz made contact with Antonelli's rear wheel, spinning Antonelli out and sending him to the back of the grid, and ending Carlos's race, sending out the virtual safety car. Only 7 laps in, and Hadjar was the first person to be shown those black and white flags. Later in the race, Norris, Albon, Bortoleto, and Antonelli were all shown those same black and white flags. Leclerc on his degrading softs was still able to hold off Norris on his mediums in a brilliant display of defensive driving. Norris did eventually get past on lap 21, but both McLaren front left tyres looked horrible, showing that whatever tyre advantage they had at the start of the season simply doesn't exist anymore. The hard tyre was like me in high school, never picked. It was so terrible that drivers were extending their mediums so that the softs would go to the end of the race. Whatever plan Pirelli had for a two-stopper did not work. McLaren really need to take a look at their pit crew because something isn't working on the reset between the first and second stops. Norris with another slow stop, it was 3.8 seconds, so it's not the worst, but something's got to be done. Yuki Tsunoda, down in 7th, was having a pretty decent race for a second Red Bull. He squeezed Behrman on the corner, sending him off track and spinning him out. Miraculously, there was no contact. This was the only time we saw a family member all race, and that was Ollie's dad. Norris was chasing Leclerc towards the end of the race, but he complained of his tyres being absolutely gone. So he dropped back and came for a final 5-lap charge and managed to take the place after the second attempt. Piastri almost caught Hamilton on the final few corners after Hamilton reported he thought he had a puncture on one of his front tyres. But ultimately, Piastri had to settle for 5th. Verstappen takes home the trophy and is now only 40 points behind the championship leader. Norris in 2nd, only 14 points behind Piastri. And for the first time since Belgium, Ferrari is back on the podium with Charles Leclerc in 3rd. That's all for your United States Grand Prix. Too long, didn't race.